Hello, my name's Ricardo Ramirez, and I'm going to be talking about the Phonemic Awareness Inventory questionnaire that we did with the child. The child, his name is Isaac Areola, and he's 4 years old. Um, we did this, well, we've been doing assessments all for like the past week or so, so it was quite challenging to get him to sit down because he was just like, another thing that we're doing, you know. But I think he did pretty well in his assessment here. The Head Start Early Learning Outcome Framework subdomain that I picked was goal PLC7, which is the child shows understanding of word categories and relationship among words, and that's in the preschool language and communication subdomain, um, and that's under vocabulary. So when we did the assessment, as I said, we've been working on this before, and then we also have a section of phonological awareness that we do during our small group activities. So um, this was not something new to him as far as like trying to recognize sounds. And as a matter of fact, we had just worked on rhyming words that morning or earlier in the day. So so he did pretty good in that category. Here's the sheets. I actually started with another little guy, but he's one of the kids that I've been assessing the most because he's uh, 4 going on 5, and he already knows all his alphabet, and he can write the letters as well, recognizes all the numbers and colors and stuff. So I've actually been working with him to do higher level work. But Isaac was pretty smart when it came to whole word discrimination. He was able to um, get about half of them right. Rhyming word recognition, he got 4 of those correct. Um, Rhyming word application, he did really good. He was able to give correct answers for 8 of the 9. Um, Syllable counting, he didn't he didn't do that great. Uh, he got one right, and then everything else he heard 500 syllables. So we still need to work on that with him. Um, Syllable segmentation, he actually got all of those correct, which was really neat to see. Oral synthesis, blending speech sounds. Um, he got one of them done, but at this point he was starting to get a little antsy. So I feel like in this section he kind of just was like, let's just get it over with. Same thing with level 3, the approximation. He actually did pretty good with figuring out what the letter B was going to be. He got 4 of those right out of 6. The phenome isolation, at, he was jumping around in his chair at this point, and so it was really hard to get him to concentrate. So for that and segmentation, he was just kind of not there. Um, but when we got to the phenome deletion, um, he actually did fairly well because like I said earlier in the day, we had worked on rhyming and things like that, and I did the Banana Fana Fo, the Banana Fana Fo song, and he really seemed to catch on to that. So when it came to deletion, he was able to delete the first letter of the words on 7 of the words, and then the substitution where we were replacing the first sound in the words, he gave me an answer for every single one of them. So he did really well on that. I did like this assessment because it kind of, went across the board and touched on a little bit of everything. Um, and Like I said, we've been doing child outcome surveys. We've been doing tell surveys. We've been doing progress monitoring. We've got um, next week we have parent teacher conferences, so we try to figure out, what each kid knows right now, so then we can work with the parents to try to help them in the areas where they need a little bit more support. um, but all in all, I feel like this assessment went fairly well. um, I try, when I do the assessment, I try not to say good job, or kind of give emotions. We've been trained in, when we do our progress monitoring, to just ask the question and try to be as neutral as possible, so that the kid doesn't get an indication of if he's doing good or bad. Because as you said in the video, we don't want them to like feel bad if they get an answer wrong, or get discouraged or anything like that. So um, when I do the assessment, it's kind of just straight faced, and then when they're done, I give them high fives. I tell them they did great, and then they can go back and play. But during the assessment, I don't really try to show any emotion either way. If they get an answer right or wrong, I just say, okay, and how about this one? And okay, how about this next one? And just kind of move forward like that, so that it doesn't get too crazy for them. Let's see. And so for him, yeah, I felt like he enjoyed doing this, especially when we got to the rhyming stuff and deleting the letters and stuff, because we had just worked on it this in that morning, and when we were working it in the small groups, I was actually, complimenting on when he got things right, so he knew that when we got to that section, when he was doing it correct, even though I didn't have to tell him, because he already had an indication of that from earlier in the morning. So yeah, all in all, I felt that it went very well, and I look forward to doing some more assessments in the next couple of days. Thank you.